Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of You Can Do It Because They Are Doing It. This is episode number 5. Again, I am Mila, and this is Marla, our founder at IO for Teens, Inc. So as a reminder, this is part of our series discussing the foundational curriculum at IO for Teens, Inc. The name of our curriculum is called The Dreamcatcher, a playbook to achieve your dreams. This series is part of our curriculum focusing on chasing your dreams. So we will be interviewing teenagers and young adults who are chasing their dreams to find out, what they're doing and how they got to where they're at. At the conclusion of this session, please do go out to our website and visit www.ioforteens.org. You can download a free PDF of the full curriculum, The Dreamcatcher. And also please follow us on all of our social media platforms. They will be linked at the bottom of this video. So please do go look at that. And at this time, we're going to turn it over to Marla, and she's going to introduce our special guest today.
So I am so excited, and I hope y'all know I like to talk. So I hope I don't talk a whole bunch here because I have a lot of questions. Okay, but I am happy to introduce Miss Neith Reid-EL, who is the blossom wonderful age of 19. She was born as a quadruplet, so we are going to talk about that, guys. Okay. She is from Macon, Georgia, raised in Midgeville, Georgia. Am I saying that right?
Milledgeville.
What is it?
Milledgeville, Georgia.
Milledgeville, Georgia. Okay. But she graduated from the mighty Vikings, William M. Raines. We'll go ahead and give her some props for that. They have family named Raines. But she graduated with a GPA of 4.45. Go ahead, girl. She is an entrepreneur, a college student, a multipotentialite. Come on, multipotentialite. We're going to talk about that one. Weaver of creation, lock hairstylist, poetry, and songwriter and innovator. So we got a lot to learn today. She currently attends UNF, University of North Florida, and she's studying information science. So welcome, K'Monie.
Thank you.
So tell us, we have a lot we can dig into. So just tell us a little bit about your story, your back, where you want to start. Just tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, so I was born in Macon, raised in Milledgeville, Georgia. So with that being said, I guess I'm a little Southern, but growing up, so I got into music. I haven't produced anything yet, but writing poetry and writing songs was like an outlet for me, especially like after my dad kind of abandoned me and my family at the age of 12. And I think I was 11 at the time. So at the age of 11, because growing up until the age of 11, I was living with my dad and my stepmom. And then I started living with my biological mom. And that was a hard transition for me because I was a daddy's girl and my dad was like my best friend. Mm-hmm. And like I said, writing music and poetry was that outlet to grieve and to just express my feelings when it was hard to express it to him.
Yeah.
And then another thing with the transition to live with my mom. So I also suffered from asthma and like diaphragm issues. Like I forgot what they call it, but it's like gas that's stuck in your diaphragm. And so health was a major issue as well because I tried to go back to eating what I used to eat. And then that's when I learned about my blood type, which I do want to educate the youth about. And I did discover a book called Eat Right for Your Type, which teaches about the different blood types, the proper foods you should consume, the exercises that you need on a daily basis. And it talks about the different stress levels, like what you can and cannot take, and how to just go around life regarding that. What else? I am a quadruplet, so living as a quadruplet wasn't always easy. I low-key feel like I came from a single parent home, even though initially it was 2 people in a house taking care of like me and my family. I still feel like it was I still came from a one-parent home in a way. And I come from a big family, so I definitely didn't come from a silver spoon. I did have to work to where I got today. And yeah.
Okay. This is you're doing good. You're doing good. This is a lot because you're giving us some questions here. So let's talk about today. Where are you today? Let's talk about what you're doing today with the hair, the poetry. I mean, your hair is beautiful right now, by the way. It is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for my locks to get like that. I'm just in love. So talk to us about that. How did you get into styling hair and also talk about how you get, well, you talked a little bit about the poetry, but you haven't produced it, but what are you hoping to do with it in the future? And I do want to hit on the eat right for your blood type. I do want to talk about that. But let's start with the hair.
Okay, so with the hair, I started doing hair, I believe I was 10. I was like 9 or 10, and so this is the thing, this is like my third time having locks. The first time I had locks, my stepmom cut them off, and that was, to me, it affected me. And then she did not just cut my hair out, it was a couple of my sisters as well. And she didn't have locks at the time. I think her hair was like just very short in afro form, but she cut her hair off because she felt like we weren't taking care of it. And then she kept trying to give us haircuts. And I was young at the time, so I was like, I didn't really feel like I had to say so. And I was kind of confused about the whole situation. But then at one point, I was just like, I'm not gonna let her cut my hair anymore, you know? And that's when I stood up for myself and was like, no. And then she gave us locks again. I think the prior time my mom or one of her friends gave me and my sisters locks. But the third time my stepmom gave us locks again around our birthday. And ever since then, I had to learn how to take care of my hair. So me and my sister, we used to kind of be in a train, like a circle where we used to do each other's hair. And then I started my brother's locks about 4 years ago. And ever since that, because that gave me practice of doing hair. Because I wasn't really doing my hair like that, but I was doing his hair because he wanted me to. And just the practice over the years, it sparked my interest in hair. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can just hear and see you. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, somebody called. But it sparked my interest in hair. And my mom, so I was working at a restaurant called Teapot's Naturals, which is a vegan restaurant that was selling organic teas, depending on your health situation or what you were diagnosed with. And shortly after, I think after like a year and a half, things didn't go the way it was supposed to go. So I left that job, and my mom suggested that I start a business where I do locks. And at first I was hesitant because I was like, I never really touched anybody else's head. So just, I was having that, I guess, imposter syndrome. But it actually started becoming fun. I started doing a few people's heads that was in my neighborhood. And then it kind of just branched out. Mm-hmm. I created my business cards, found me a great website. It's like an ambassador website I'm part of called Style Seat. And so now I do hair. But I don't accept everybody in my chair, but now I do hair, for a lot of people. And what was the other question you asked?
Well, so no, this was good. This was good. So let's ask about that real quick. So do you have your own place where you do hair at, here in the city in Jacksonville? Or how if someone wanted to find you, where could they find you at if they want to come to you?
So that's coming. I currently do hair in between like my mom's house and at the school.
Okay.
So I do it in a dorm. Well, we have a lounge. So I was doing it in my dorm, but then I went to the lounge.
Okay.
So definitely this August, because I do want to own my own salon or salons. So that's coming. I just have to figure out like that process, you know. So when I get back, because I'm in an internship right now across the country. So when I get back, that's what I plan on deciphering and, you know, figuring out. So
Okay. So you hear this, world. So she's gonna be getting her location here soon. Okay. But we'll have information as to how folks can reach you and everything. So we'll talk about that. But let's talk now about now you said the poetry. What are you looking to do with your poetry and music writing?
So that's a good question.
Or
So
if
I
you
had a
want to-
client who suggested that I put my poetry in a book and sell it. So I'm thinking about doing that. And then for the music, when I come back, I do plan on getting into the studio. I want to do it while I'm here. I may jump into the studio while I'm here. I'm not sure yet, but definitely on my birthday, I plan on going to the studio to record some things. And it's very interesting because my first poetry that I did perform got me my first job, which is at Teapot Naturals, because I talked about Black-owned businesses that were like local to the community, because a lot of people don't really talk about that, but so that was interesting. And I feel like just sharing my creative writing or just sharing what I write about would definitely open up more opportunities for me.
Okay. Now tell us about you mentioned internship. What internship are you doing? Are you at liberty to talk about that? If not, we can move on. I don't know.
So I can briefly talk about it because with Amazon it's confidential.
Okay.
But I am interning with Amazon as an Amazon Feature Engineer Scholar.
Awesome.
And I got this opportunity through a scholarship I won called the Amazon Future Engineer Scholarship. And it started back in May. So the first day was May 22nd. My last day is the 11th, and we graduate on the 9th.
Okay.
So it's been a very great experience for me. Because I'm not working as a regular worker. I'm working I'm working as corporate. So that's been a blessing to work in a corporate field around individuals. Like you can talk to your managers or speak to high level people within like the community. And I'm in Washington, so it's a very techie world. So I think that's pretty cool because I love IT. And we just had our intern week, which was a 3-day conference. And it was like this week, or I guess this past week since it's Sunday. But that was very, what's the word I don't want to use? It was very inspirational. I definitely needed it. It allowed me to be more vulnerable and just open with my peers. And the community with Amazon is very supportive, and I love that.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So you hear this, world. So K'Monie is doing hair. She's in college. She's writing songs. She's writing poetry. She's in the IT. She's going to be an IT engineer. Girl, this is up, and you're only 19. I love it. I love it. So what advice would you give to kids or adults, people out there that want to get into any one of these fields? So, I mean, because you have quite a few going on, and that's where the multipotentialite comes from. And that's for those who don't know, so that's from the book, How to Do Everything. And so the author's name is stuck in my brain right now. Amy Wapnick. Amy Wapnick is her name.
I'm gonna have to check that out because
multipotentialite. She's the one that coined that term. It's called How to Do Everything, How to Be Everything. And she talks about people who want to do a whole bunch of stuff. You don't have to put yourself in a box. And I've always been a believer of that. You don't have to put yourself in a box. You can be an expert in hair, but you can also do IT. You can also write poetry. You can also write books. You can also do other things. So it's okay. I believe we're dynamic human beings. So so that's what so I was very impressed that you called yourself a multi-potentialite. But but how can someone, let's talk about first, if someone wanted to get into, because lots people are, the natural thing is blown up, right? People are realizing their beautiful hair, and they're realizing that they can, do what they want with their hair. So if a student or someone wants to get involved in that, what would be the best thing you think they should do if they want to get involved in that?
Definitely with hair. So I did teach myself a lot of things about hair, but I would definitely say go to school, go to like talk to experts, or even when it comes to business, you want to talk to somebody who's successful in that field, not just doing it, just because, but you want to talk to somebody who's passionate as well and loves what they do. Because some people just working, but they're doing these things, but they don't really have a heart for it. So I'll definitely say to stay true to yourself, reach out to people who are in your field that you're interested in, and like you interview them, that's my advice, to interview them. Because they can share some wisdom with you. Not interview them in a way that's very what's like not really interview them by like asking them questions on top of questions, but really having a conversation with them, a fulfilling conversation of course. But
yeah,
I would say that. And also to pray about it, because I am interested in a lot of things, but I did have to realize that everything takes time. And I'm one of those people who like to do everything all at once. And last year, not last year, but last semester in college, it definitely daunted on me. And I really had to take a step back because I did lose a scholarship, and my major was in jeopardy, scholarship was in jeopardy. So it really was a learning lesson for me.
Yeah, you have to give yourself grace.
Like what you say?
And I say you have to give yourself grace. You give yourself grace. You can't. I believe you can. I am a firm believer you can have it all, but you might not be able to have it all at one time at the same time. Right. Right. So it's okay. You can have it all, but maybe not just within this hour.
Right.
So I totally get that. So I am curious, what do you hope to do with the IT/engineering side? What do you want to do with that?
Okay, so right now I am doing software development engineer. I forgot to mention that. So I'm doing that with the internship. Moving forward, I do plan on branching out and just like discovering other IT, like other IT fields, because I've done coding. Now I'm doing the engineering part, which is also including coding. I've learned how to do web design. I touched a little on cybersecurity. I just graduated from a boot camp with fiber optics. So I'm learning different stuff, but I definitely do want to explore different things. So, another thing too, I want to build a website for my business, because I am a brand ambassador, but I like myself to be a certain way. And I'll get very creative with things. So I do want to build my own website, and I do want to create technology for the world. That's always been a thing that I always wanted to do. And I can share one of the ideas that I had. So I I do want to own a restaurant within the next 5 years. And so I want to create, I guess, some type of computer where it reads your face so it can let you know. I don't know, it's going to be kind of associated with your blood type. So it's going to read your face, so like maybe your finger or something. And pretty much it'll let you know how much water you need, how much food you need, like what you ate today, just like your emotions, things of that nature. And I do want to start that out with the app and my website for educating youth about their blood types. I just need to get a team together because I did have a person who's going to help me, but he kind of bailed out on me. So yeah, I have things planned. It's just time, and I got to get the right system together, you know.
No, I'm just. This is why we do this, right? Because we want other teenagers and adults out there, because adults watch our show too, to see that the sky is literally the limit, and there's no limit to the sky, right? So you can do whatever you want to do, and the fact that you have this idea. So talk to us a little bit. I want to run too over, but talk to us a little bit about the blood type. Even for your blood type, because I'm being educated on that. So talk to us a little bit about that, and you already mentioned the vision, but how someone that needs to understand more about that, give us a little bit more information about that. Eating for your blood type. That's a good.
Okay, so my blood type is A negative, which is vegetarian based. So when I was talking about how I was eating with my stepmom, like she was feeding me red meat such as lamb, beef. She tried to feed us pork, but my dad wasn't having it. Goats. I know I was eating chicken as well. I can eat chicken, but I stopped eating chicken. Mainly because of the show. What's it called? What the Hell? I don't know if you've seen it before, but it just disgusted me. So I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna stop eating meat all around. But with my diet, it's sort of like a vegan/vegetarian base. I eat mostly vegan foods, but I still low-key eat vegetarian foods or dairy. And so with my blood type, I can eat very little dairy. I'm not supposed to eat any wheat, or much sugar. So my blood type, I kind of always struggle with my blood type because it's a lot of foods I love to eat, but I have to be very careful. Like I'm not supposed to eat like red peppers, hot things, tropical fruits such as mangoes, oranges, like citrusy stuff. So it's been a learning process, but it's also something I just have to kind of, I had to accept. But your blood type is very important because, like with my blood type, I'm prone to cancer, high blood pressure, heart issues. So learning about your blood type is very important. And I know it's something that's not really taught, so that's why I want to enlighten people about it. But it just, pretty much your blood type is, I guess, one of the main stepping stones like for your life. It's kind of like your DNA. Like it's very important to know like what you're made of, and I guess where you're from. Like I don't really know how to say it, but it's just a very essential part of life that I feel like everybody should know. Yeah. So they know how to move around life accordingly. And they're not just putting anything in their body just because society says it's okay to eat. So yeah.
Look, world, if y'all are not getting schooled, we get schooled over here. So I know y'all. Look, K'Monie schooled us on her blood type, engineering, the future. Be on the outlook for the future app that's coming out that can read your face, that can help you eat better. Be on the outlook for that. Hair, internship business. I love it. I love it. So what's one piece of advice you would give a student out there that's like, oh my gosh, I want to be a multi-potentialite. I want to do all this stuff, but they think that they can't do it because of money or mindset. I mean, what piece of advice would you give them? Because you have a lot of big goals and dreams and you're going after them. And that's why we do this series. We love that. But what about that student out there that may not be thinking that way? What's one piece of advice you would give them?
One piece of advice I would give to students out there who aspire for greatness is to definitely, I don't say a lot of things, but definitely advocate for yourself. Advocation is so important. There's been countless of times where I've advocated or spoke up about things, and definitely when like the people around you, like, and it started with school, like definitely when they see the advocation, then they want to advocate for you, or they want to connect you to different resources. So advocation is so important when it comes to life, and really understanding, because you talked about expert. So recently in the conference, like the conference that I just attended, that we had a therapist that spoke, and she talked about she talked about the different powers and privileges regarding race, and she talked about expert power, you know, which I feel like is very important because you want to talk to people who are expert in their field, like I mentioned before. And it's good to understand like the different levels of power. And I didn't like really understand the type of power that you have when you walk into a room or when you're in a certain environment or where you work. So yeah. Look. And that's when this keep that close.
Look, you schooling us. I love it. So world, she done told y'all, okay? She has told y'all. Thank you so much for this. This has been amazing. So how can people reach you? How if they want to reach out to you, follow you, to give us how folks can reach out. We're gonna have all this, of course, linked in the show notes. But tell the world how they can find you, K'Monie.
So y'all can find me on Instagram at iamk.monie. Facebook is Neith Reid-EL, so you can put that. That's my name. And then TikTok is K'Monie. So, well, toned knee. So KOTTONTONEDNIE. Yeah. And of course with Style Seat, Locked In by K'Monie. Oh, I have another Instagram for my page, for my hair page as well. So it's LOCDBYNIE. So Locked In by Me.
Okay. And of course, K'Monie's gonna send us all of this, world, so we'll have all this links so she can so you can follow her. Please make sure you follow her, find her, and this has been amazing. So do you want to close this out?
Yes, yeah, thank you again. Thank you. This was great. We I loved all your nuggets and tips, and I especially loved about being like the expert power. That was very powerful. So I love that. Yeah, I love that. So again, yeah, we will have her information linked in the video below if you want to get in contact with her. Again, we just thank you for your time today, and everyone, please remember to take a moment to like and subscribe this video and subscribe to our IO for Teens YouTube channel. And with that, we will see you at the next episode. And until then, have a great day. Bye.
Bye, world.